Okay, Pisces, welcome to my channel if you are new here, and welcome all my returning subscribers. Let me fix the camera a little bit. There we go. We're going to see what the year ahead has in store for you. Any information also that you may be looking for to book a personal reading with me, I will try my best to include it in the description box so that you can book a personal session with me, follow my other social medias and whatnot. And yeah, let's see what this year has in store. We're gonna start with the 9-card spread, and then we're gonna pull some oracle cards towards the end for you, okay, Pisces? But let's get into it. So first card that flipped out is gonna represent just the theme for the year. So we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So whenever we're dealing with the Wheel of Fortune, we're talking about fate, destiny, we're talking about things aligning. So there's a lot of fated events that are gonna be transpiring this year for you, Pisces. There's also going to be changes that are much needed. If you've been waiting for things to change in terms of your love or your financial situation, your love life, whatever area in your life that's felt kind of stagnant or stuck, you could be having divine intervention come in and kind of shift you on the right path, or I won't say shift you on the right path, but bring in change, favorable change, finally, where things have just kind of, like I said, felt stuck or redundant in certain ways. Like maybe in dating, excuse me, you've encountered people who are like consistently the same. This is a chance for you to now kind of break out of that mold of feeling like you're kind of stuck in a cycle in a sense. But anywho, I'm also seeing that some of you guys could be moving to a different part of the world or to a different, I'm hearing even like overseas for some of you, okay? You could be also accomplishing some sort of schooling, like you could be finishing schooling. Some of you guys could be taking a big leap in your career as well, learning some sort of new trade or new skill. Okay, now when it comes to just the overall blessings you may encounter this year, we do have the Queen of Wands. So there could be a Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo who could be like of assistance towards this blessing, whether this is like them being somebody who comes in and then they give you an opportunity in a sense. Or you could be embodying the Queen of Wands energy where you're more creative, you're more bold in a sense, and actually acting on the plans that you have. It's one thing to say that you want to be successful at something. It's another thing to like literally embody what a person who is successful in whatever you may be going after, or you know, your ideal version of self or your best self. It's one thing to say you want to be that versus actually becoming that. And I think that this is going to be one of those years where the pressure's on for you guys to finally make these adjustments or stand into your power, or stand in your power in a sense, where maybe you've been scared to be bold or be courageous or put yourself out on the forefront. Interesting. Now, in terms of blessings and love, we have the 9 of Wands. So if you've been stressed out with your love life, because I was kind of getting that energy with the Wheel of Fortune, it kind of was giving, I'm tired of trying to put myself out there and running into either struggle love or people who seem to have so much problems with what they've been through previously before you dated them, that when they come to you, it's like they're really defensive. They're energetically constantly questioning you, or even you probably have been through so many different experiences, or one experience in particular that's left a huge mark on you. And this year, of course, you're still going to put yourself out there when it comes to dating, but I think a different approach is needed, especially if it's been more of an approach of, oh, I'm sick and tired. You know, have fun this year when it comes to dating. Let me clarify this. Why is the 9 of Wands here for love? Yeah, I have the Justice card. So if there has been some issues within a marriage or within your relationship with your long-term person, this could be the year where you guys are like getting counseling or working through the issues instead of just kind of knowing that they're there and just letting them destroy the relationship essentially. So great year for there to be some sort of balance created. For others of you, you could be choosing to maybe leave a marriage that feels like it's too much. This could go either way. Now, when it comes to your career, what are the blessings that are going to be coming in from my Pisces when it comes to career for 2024? So we have the 10 of Wands. Oh, you guys are going to have a lot of work. You could be busy, especially for my Pisces who have like multiple things that they're putting their hands into, like multiple streams of income. Or if you have a business, this could be having a lot of work that you're having to basically complete, take care of, manage. I will say this, make sure, like, irregardless of how much you have to work, it's like pay the bills or to keep up with everything that you have going this year, that you're finding ways to like decompress and not only be focused on your career to where you're like losing sleep or just not taking care of yourself. But yeah, this year you guys are going to be working your behind off. You could be doing so much that it could almost feel like some days you need a break. So that's why I am encouraging you guys take at least a self-care day, at minimum a week. Some of you guys also could be tired of a work environment. If you've been at a job, or like maybe there's certain things that you just can't take anymore. I think this is going to be the year where you're going to be like choosing to walk away from something where it's too stressful. Like maybe the work environment in a company that you're at, the co-workers that you're with, they could be really messy or they gossip or whatever it may be. It could be a scenario where you decide to walk away from anything that just feels like it's too much energetically for you, is kind of what I'm getting. But okay, so let's take a look at just your overall spiritual growth you're going to be experiencing this year, Pisces. We have the Lovers and we have the Two of Wands. So your spiritual growth this year is going to be dependent on the choices that you make, actually. With the Lovers, this is the choices, the decisions that you stand in. And then with the Two of Wands in reverse, your willingness to kind of go out of your comfort zone. Where are you kind of holding yourself like in this way of doing things or being that you've kind of outgrown? Okay, like an example of this is, yeah, maybe in a toxic relationship, you had to hold back how you truly felt because you didn't want it to be an argument. But now, since you're out of that situation, now when it comes to dating, maybe you still have that way of doing things, and that doesn't necessarily help. It's kind of the message here. So I think your spiritual journey, like a big thing connect to your spiritual journey this year, is your willingness to kind of go out of like preconditioning and also being aware of the choices that you're making and how in the long term it's going to affect you. Not making decisions based off of in the moment or leaning too much into your like heart space than logic, or vice versa. Having a good balance between the two. So a huge lesson is going to be surrounded around that. Okay, now let's look at the possible challenge you may run into this year. We have the Judgment card and the Five of Wands. So the challenge could be someone resurfacing. You could actually have a couple of people who have not done you the best or who have not taken in consideration of you, past tense, trying to resurface. So the challenge could be making up your mind on whether or not to let these people come back into your life or not. And Pisces, you could be so forgiving in a lot of different ways that you could maybe take certain people back into your space or in your energy that may not mean you any good. So you do need to be mindful of people who just literally are drama, and how being connected to them or letting them in your energy just creates an energy of like conflict. What else am I seeing? Another challenge could be, yeah, I would say it's mainly other people this year. You could have like just certain epiphanies about certain individuals around you and how energetically they just kind of throw you off. So boundaries is going to be key for sure, with this being the possible challenge. Now, what are some unexpected surprises coming? I have the Four of Pentacles, and I also have the Page of Wands in reverse. So an unexpected surprise. Okay, so there could be a family relationship that you may decide to take a step back from for a little bit, especially if this family member could be like kind of passive aggressive towards you, or they could be taking their anger out on you in a sense. Okay, or you could have a family member who's just kind of like withdrawing themselves if it's not you doing this. Shoot, this doesn't even have to just be family. This could be a personal relationship where someone could be taking a lot of their like personal anger out on you, and it like completely be throwing you off. Also, if you didn't feel inspired creatively, or you just couldn't find yourself to focus or to be driven like in 2023 all the way on the things that you want to do, I think that this year could be like giving you this sense of a fire being lit under your behind, where you just feel like you can't just keep sitting around anymore and letting your ideas just kind of pass you by. So I think the biggest, I guess, surprise is you could be going out of your comfort zone in a lot of different ways that could challenge you, and that could be uncomfortable and could be different, and you may shock yourself. Especially if certain things are just kind of not something you do, you know? What else? Some of you also may choose, actually, to not date. Like, you may go into this year and choose not to really date or have the energy to. And this could, like, completely shock you as well. Because it's like, why do I seem so closed off? Why do I not have a desire maybe to go out there and meet people? You also could save a lot of money by the end of this year. If you're not going off impulse buys or the desire to just kind of like, I don't know, spend your money, you could be, by the end of this year, having like a good savings account, or a good amount of savings, I should say. Okay. So this is going to be where you're headed as a whole. So where are my Pisces headed by the end of 2024? We have the Crown of Wands and we have the Ace of Wands. So you could be starting some sort of new creative project by the end of the year, or like I said, just in different energy, a take charge energy at best here. You could be a lot more confident. I'm seeing that some of you who could be starting some sort of fitness goal, you could be pretty happy by the end of 2024 in terms of how much you've like consistently stayed working out and how much progress you've seen. Also, any new projects you start in the beginning of this year, by the end of 2024, you're going to be seeing monumental growth. So it's a matter of consistency, and whatever you're consistent with, good or bad, is going to reap some sort of reward by the end of the year. So be very mindful of that. So yes, where you're headed is into more of a confident version of yourself. Now, the last tarot card we're going to pull is the advice. So what is the advice for my Pisces for 2024? We have the Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. So the advice here, reciprocity is key. Any relationships in your life that don't consist of reciprocity, either on your end or on other people's end, you want to be wary or mindful of investing in those relationships. And also, when it comes to what you put out is what you get back. So if you're putting out effort, consistency, just kind of like what I saw with the Crown of Wands and Ace of Wands, you're going to be rewarded back from the universe. So Spirit is saying, focus more so on like the law of cause and effect, or I forgot exactly how the law goes, but the law of cause and effect, basically. What you put out is what you get back. Spirit is also saying, consider the bigger picture. Try not to be consistently just kind of thinking about in the moment what's going to make you happy. Think about the bigger picture in terms of where you want to see yourself long term. And if the decisions that you're making are just consistent of like temporary happiness, maybe shy away. Okay, especially any relationships that feel that way are like in opportunities that could be more so short term, that really don't grant any level of like true accomplishment, but just kind of giving you some sort of, I don't know what the word is. It's a word that I was going to use, but it just kind of skipped me. But instant gratification, I guess we could use. Instant gratification. Anywho, let's go into the spiritual message for you. What is the spiritual message for my Pisces for 2024? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. All right, so we have the way forward is open. You're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunity abound. I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. So this is a reminder that you are not stuck in any scenario, situation, anything that you don't necessarily want to be in. You just need to consistently keep allowing yourself to move forward. And when it comes to your journey as a whole, just because there's twists and turns on it doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. So this is a reminder that life is full of twists and turns. We also have, yes, you are correct. It says you have listened to your inner guidance and made a wise choice, keep moving forward. So the spiritual message this year is to listen to your intuition. Whenever your intuition is telling you to do or not to do something, it's important that you are listening. And then I'm going to pull one more. We have open your heart. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal the situation. So yeah, so the other message here for my Pisces who do want to date and who do want to attract someone new in your life, understand that no one is perfect, like this card says. So you're going to have people who, you know, have experienced things that have left them trauma, or there's going to be good things and bad things about people, just like how there's good things and bad things about ourselves personally. So it's making sure that you're open to love from a like healed heart chakra and not from a position of expecting perfection out of other people when us ourselves can't offer that. We want to, but we can't, you know. But this is what I see. I hope that this was helpful. If you did enjoy, definitely thumbs up the video, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, Pisces.